Alright, I have a buggy from Saint Denis, and I'm here practicing getting out of the buggy, back in the buggy, in preparation for going to New Austin to see if I can't hunt an armadillo, maybe a Gila monster, maybe a condor, whatever I can get. And as you know, in New Austin there's a sniper that kills you in one shot, so this trick works by keeping Arthur hidden from the sniper. So when you get out of the buggy, you just keep the buggy between Arthur and the point of view, and hopefully the sniper won't be able to shoot him. Right, so I just shot a raccoon with my varmint rifle, and I'm just going to practice getting out of the buggy and skinning him and get him back in. I do recommend practicing. It cannot hurt, because if you get over to New Austin and mess it up, you're just going to die. And you have to drive this buggy all the way from Saint Denis to New Austin. So, alright, back in the buggy. I'm exposing Arthur quite a bit through the window, and I exposed Arthur quite a bit at the beginning when I first got out. Well, we'll have to do better. Alright, so here we are at the Montana River, just here, just south of Fort Riggs. And I'm just going to go, not to any particular place, I'm just thinking around this area I should be able to find a Gila monster, and a little bit more further west, maybe a armadillo. And these are the camera settings I have. I just switched everything off. Everything that has an off, I switched it off. And I'm going to be using first person when I drive in New Austin. Now, first person in the buggy is not the same as first person with Arthur. That's first person in the buggy. But if you try to get out of the buggy in first person buggy mode, this is what happens. Yeah, you're going to expose Arthur. You can't hide him. So it's very important that you remember to switch back to third person before you get out of the buggy. And I know it's like, well, I can't really tell that much difference between it, but this is first person. And if you just touch the touchpad once or twice, you'll be in third person. And the reason I'm going in first person to drive is to keep Arthur's head from being seen as easily. So let's do it again. We're in third person now. So you see, I was able to keep the buggy between Arthur and the point of view camera. And I'm just going to take a health tonic. And I'm not going to use first person right now because this is not New Austin. This is just West Elizabeth, and it doesn't matter. There's no sniper here. But Arthur is wanted dead or alive, so I have to be quick. Right, so that's the law. And they can shoot the lanterns on this and you will catch fire and die. So there's no guarantee ever when you're doing this thing. Sometimes you can come over here 5, 6, 7 times and die and never get anything. And that can be frustrating. Right, so we're approaching the river now, and we'll cross the river, we'll be in New Austin. So I'm going to go ahead and get into first person. There we are. And I'm just trying to focus on keeping Arthur's head from being visible through this window. And this is a little tricky. You have to keep the camera angle sort of centered. You can't look to the left and right too much while you're doing this. But it does seem to be a little bit more effective than just driving in third person. Because when you're in third person, the camera angle is further back, so it's easier to get a view of Arthur's head, and then he can just be killed. But with this, you really have to remember to switch to third person before we get out of the buggy. It's very important. So many times I've been caught up in what I was doing and just forgot, you know, and got out of the buggy, and that was it. Alright, so you just drive through Thieves Landing, and I'm just going to get on the railroad track over here. I'll speed things up then, because that was the only tricky bit right there, is the initial coming into New Austin. And I'm just carefully going across the railroad bridge there, and yeah, I'm just focusing on keeping Arthur, you know, invisible to the sniper. And so I think I'm going to start by going here, just to the northeast of Armadillo. I think I've seen Gila monsters over here before. I'm not sure. I don't have a spawn point or something I'm going to. I'm just going over here looking around. And I do a lot of hunting in this game, a lot of hunting, just for pleasure. And this is kind of how I usually hunt, just out looking around. Alright, so this is the road down to Armadillo. It's a dangerous road because after you pass these points, there is nowhere for you to turn. You can't go to the right, you can't go to the left. So if you get trapped right here with some lawmen, that's probably going to be it for you. Alright, so there's the fires of Armadillo in the distance. Lovely town. Yeah, here we are. So my whole plan is just to sort of look around. I've never actually done this before. I was planning to last year, and I just never got around to it. Theoretically, you can hunt the legendary animals with the buggy as well. In that case, you would probably use your repeater with maybe explosive bullets in it. But you would do it the same way. Well, not quite the same. Alright, so I'm going to try to use photo mode just to look around and see if I can see an animal. And I don't think this is going to be effective, because when you're riding around, you can see the animals moving, but yeah, I don't see anything moving here, so there's nothing to catch the eye, so that's not going to be effective. Right, so I'm going to go over this way now. Maybe after that, over here. And as I got close to this railroad track, I could see a little movement there, some pronghorn. And then I saw this bird, looked maybe like a condor, not sure. I couldn't get my gun out in time to shoot at it, which was kind of disappointing. But then, just over here to the left, I saw something. You see it there? And it's running toward the railroad track. And I just got it. And I think that should be a Gila monster. And I've already gone back to third person in anticipation of getting out. And just using photo mode to check to see how my wagon placement is. This is a little bit tedious, but it's what you gotta do. That should work. Alright, let's try to do this. I'm in the farthest third person. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see if we can get back in. Okay, perfect pelt. Good. And it even managed to get back in. Alright, so I'm going to check my satchel. Definitely there. So it won't matter if I die now. I have that, and I can take it to the trapper. And so the plan is just to keep going west. Just looking. And this took quite a while. Because I didn't have any particular point in mind to go to. I just rode around, just looking to see what I could see. And it started getting towards evening, and you see the sun is setting, but that's maybe helping me a little bit because it's backlighting the things I'm looking at, so they look more like a shadow. There is some currant. I think that's black currant to the right there.
Easy now.
And there was an armadillo. Alright. Hopefully I can get up there and skin this bad boy. There's some more currant just to the left. That looks pretty good to me. And I don't know why I moved that little bit further forward, but I think that messed it up. Because, yeah, somehow the sniper got me. I didn't think I was that exposed, but apparently I was.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
But I was able to take my pelt to the trapper and sell it. And if I had got the armadillo skin, I could have got this vest here. That's pretty cool, but unfortunately didn't get it. But with the Gila monster pelt, I'm able to get these gloves, the legendary Panther range gloves. They're pretty cool. So it wasn't a total loss. And if you stuck with me this far, I hope you enjoyed that. If you go try to get those pelts yourself, good luck, and thanks for watching.